Good day to you. I'm LionHeartBlue, and welcome to another exciting episode of ScrapChat. Today we are joined by the amazing Kosmo. Hi there, Kosmo.
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. Really happy for you to be here.
My pleasure.
A number of the guests in the show mentioned your name when I asked them, like, who do they watch, etc. So it's really great to have you here. So.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, and I am flattered.
What I tend to do,
hmm
let the guests just have a few minutes. If you want to wander down and go and find yourself a plot that you'd like to build on, I'll come and find you
Sure.
in a second.
Okay. Sounds
Cool.
good.
Excellent. I'll be there in a minute.
Let's go check it out. A lot of cool houses in this road.
Aren't there just?
Very,
Yeah.
very interesting neighbors. I'll tell you that much. This is the one road you can have really interesting neighbors on. Well, I do love sunshine, so I think I'm going to grab this plot over here. There you go. Nice and sunny.
Yeah, I thought it's one plot that everyone seemed to avoid, the one opposite me, and I didn't know if it's anything to do with me being here that's putting them off. But
I think your house looks way cool, man, so I don't have a problem being across from it.
fantastic,
Sold! Sold! House is sold! There we go. This is
brilliant,
my plot.
love it, cool.
Alrighty, do I get to start building?
You do indeed, yep. And
Excellent.
I'll ask questions in a second.
Alright, sounds good. I think I need to extend my driveway a little bit. There we go.
Oh, you sound like a man who's got a plan.
Yeah, watch me have just a pit by the end of this episode.
One thing I've loved about meeting everyone on this is we've had a massive variety of, ages,
hmm
countries, all sorts. And I would say, like, subscriber levels have been different from people from, I don't know, like in their tens of subscribers
hmm
up to thousands, and so it's been really interesting.
Cool.
Uh, so in the sort of age ranges of people that have been on here, I think we've had there's 10 no, he's 11 now. I've got to get that right because I keep getting it wrong. 11-year-old Mr. Boss, right up
That's
to
cool.
I think no, I'm not going to offend anyone by mentioning names, but I think around like mid 40s up to 50s. So I just wondered where you fitted in that
I,
range.
Lion, am a solid 30 years old.
Nice.
Yep. I turned 30 last year. I'm turning 31 this year. Um, don't feel any type of way about it. It is what it is. Still
Yeah.
feel as young as ever. So life is good.
Yeah. I announced my age in the special where when the mayor built the town hall, which
hmm
was 42, which made me feel old because
Ah.
I had a few people commented on that, saying, "Oh my God, you're 20 or 30 years older than me." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, when you put it into like a frame of reference, it can definitely be a little daunting. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's who cares?
Exactly.
That's what I
Yeah, I
say.
don't feel any different. Yeah.
Nope, that's just it.
So if I'm not mistaken, you in Canada, is that right?
I am. Yep, I live in Canada. I live relatively close to Toronto. If people want to get kind of a rough idea where in Canada I live, because Canada is a big place.
Hmm.
But yeah, basically Southern Ontario is where I reside.
Right. I've been to Toronto.
Cool.
Absolutely loved it. I thought
Nice.
the people were amazing. Really nice. We turned up. I went there with a few friends, and we landed, and the sun was shining. I think it was January. The sun
Okay.
was shining. We dumped our bags in the hotel, and we went for a walk. Found a coffee shop, and every single person that we passed was wearing these big winter coats, massive winter coats, and we were in our shorts and t-shirts, and so like,
Oh my goodness.
like this is so strange. Sitting
That's
there
funny.
drinking a coffee, looking out the window, and then it started to
Right.
snow, and
Oh
we
man.
realised why everyone was dressed like that. Yeah, and then I think about, I don't know, we finished our coffees and started to walk back to the hotel in our shorts and t-shirts in just huge amounts of snow, and we must have looked ridiculous.
That's funny.
So yeah.
That's funny. I actually went to university with a guy who would wear shorts all year round. He was from Barbados, and I
Right.
guess he had zero feeling in his legs. I don't know, because the guy literally through every snowstorm, you would see him walk into class in shorts,
Wow.
and I never understood it, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, normally you'd think if they were from Barbados they'd feel the cold a lot more, right?
Well, that's just it, right? That's how
Yeah.
I rationalized it in my head, but
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't the case.
Wow. Amazing. Were you originally from somewhere else, or
I am. I was born in Ukraine.
right?
Yep. I was born in
Fantastic.
Ukraine. I moved to the United States when I was like 9.5, 10, you could call it.
Hmm.
And then as soon as my parents got the, go ahead to basically move to Canada, we moved to Canada.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Multicultural series. Love it.
Yeah. We've got Germans on here, New Zealand, South
Nice.
Africans, British. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever find there's like a language barrier, or is it for the most part YouTubers that are from those places but they speak English of some form?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been lucky. They all speak brilliant English.
Cool.
I've had a couple that I would have really liked to have got on here, but they weren't confident in speaking like small talk in English, if you like.
Right. That's all right.
But that's I think they would be fine, but I can totally understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, exactly. So other than your YouTube channel and obviously gaming, what other hobbies do you have?
So I am into motorcycles. I really like motorcycles. I love cars as well. I don't have the money to play with cars. Cars are getting way more expensive these days, especially the ones that I like. So mainly motorcycles is, I guess, my like hands-on real life hobby that I do, and I do RC cars as well. That kind of tides me over in the winter months when I can't really go and ride my motorcycles. So I would say two biggest things are RC cars and motorcycles.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Uh, when you were a kid,
hmm
what did you think you would be when you grew up? What did you think you'd be doing?
I definitely thought I would be an engineer of some kind. I thought I would end up, working as an engineer. I had, dreams of potentially being like, uh, I guess a jet fighter pilot. That was one of the things I really wanted to be, and I was kind
Wow.
of serious about. My mother, however, wasn't very keen on that idea, so I literally gave that dream up to for the sake of not having my mother age any faster than
Yeah.
she needs to. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, yeah, I think engineering has always been kind of my biggest outlook,
Mm,
and that's what I thought I would do roughly up until a couple of years ago. So, and that's what
right.
I kind of have been doing up until a couple of years ago.
Mm, cool. Obviously, as I said to you, many of the guests here and many of my viewers watch your videos.
hmm
But I don't know if many people know whether you don't. I don't think you do YouTube full time, do you?
Not quite yet, no.
Yeah.
So I am hoping to eventually get to that
Yeah.
point. Currently, I do have another job though, so I do have to juggle, YouTube and that other job. Um, my
Mm,
my other job entails a lot of other things as well, so sometimes I have to sacrifice my YouTube time for my other job, but it is what it is, and I
yeah.
just know that I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. It must be hard. I mean, I know. Um, even from my small time trying to get videos out, how much effort goes into it. Not, not just the
That's right.
recording, it's the editing afterwards and everything, and trying to keep up a job as well. It's
Well, that's just it, right?
yeah.
It's and you come home tired from work, and a lot of the times it's you just have to juggle your mental health as well, right? Because
Mm,
if you overwork yourself, well, that's not good for anybody. I've had a couple of days, or I guess a couple of weeks, where I was pushing really hard, trying to upload basically every single day, thinking that this is sustainable, but it
mm,
just isn't. So unfortunately, it just isn't. So you have to pace yourself with the amount of time and energy that you do have, because if you don't, then you'll end up burning out, and
yeah.
that's not good for anybody.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I know from our few conversations before, like this recording, that you have been
Hmm.
incredibly busy, which is another reason why I'm very grateful that you found the time to join. So
For sure, man. Yeah, I had a bit of a busy period there. My girlfriend and I have been looking for a new place to live, so
mm,
that kind of takes all the energy out of you.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, mm,
Don't know what I'm doing, all right? I'm placing blocks down, things are happening.
yeah. It's all good, all good. I tend to kind of wander around, and I might get in your way, so you can just hammer me out of
No,
the way
no.
if I'm
Yep, you're good.
cool. So when did you start playing Scrap Mechanic?
I started playing Scrap Mechanic roughly about the time that it actually came out.
Mm,
So at the time that Scrap Mechanic came out, Khan and I were living together. We were roommates, and
yeah.
I guess he was on Steam. He was browsing random games to play, and he found Scrap Mechanic. We kind of tried it casually at first, just to kind of have some fun with it and see what we can build. And then he started building some cooler stuff in it, and one thing led to another, and he started making videos on it. So
Right.
I didn't really play a whole lot of Scrap Mechanic at that time. I only really played it with Khan. In fact, I think I'm in one of his like first videos where we're just doing some silly testing,
Mm,
and that was basically how I started playing it. I didn't play it for about 2 years. Like I played it on and off, but
yeah.
I wouldn't call it really playing. And I played it for about on and off for 2 years, and then when I finally started kind of taking YouTube more seriously, I started taking Scrap Mechanic more seriously, and that
Mm,
was I think September 2019. So yeah.
wow. Yeah. I guess in that time, Khan was playing it more.
That's right. Yep, yep. He was playing it the whole time, and that's how we decided to do the Newbie Pro
Yeah.
series and all that.
Yeah. That's what I was just gonna say. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Which was great. And now you're no longer a noob. So
I guess not. I mean, I certainly consider myself a noob in a lot of aspects, but I mean, I certainly have learned some new things, and I've certainly progressed since I last was on that series.
mm.
It's funny. I keep getting like requests to come back to that series, and it's like, guys, I'd have to basically fake it, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to the audience, so
Yeah.
we decided it was best that we stop that, and then somebody else takes over as the noob.
Mm. Yeah. It's good to see you in the all the multiplayer stuff now as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely a great opportunity that I'm thankful for with the guys there.
Yeah. And the Trailmaker stuff is brilliant as well.
Yeah, that stuff is great. People don't seem to be digging the evolution stuff as much anymore, but we've kind of been switching it up with Khan, and hopefully we can bring some fresh content to the audience that they're going to enjoy a little more.
Mm.
That's not to say that I'm not going to keep doing the Trailmakers multiplayer stuff. It's
Yeah.
just that I might be a little more selective about editing it for my videos, because I do
Yeah.
have a limited schedule. Going back to that, you kind of have to pick and choose and decide, well, what will help your channel more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, for me, having another job and having limited time slots for videos, it it makes me wonder if there's other videos that I can put out that can potentially help the channel grow a little better than that video.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and with that said, I'll still keep recording those videos with the guys. It's just that I might not be, uploading every single one of them.
yeah.
So that's all.
Cool.
Yeah. You're like, I'm running out of questions. Build faster.
No, not at all.
Uh,
I was looking at the next questions. I just thought, hang on,
cool.
that's
No, I'm not
there.
rushing you. I just thought it was funny how slow I'm building.
Oh no, it's fine. There's plenty of questions left. Just the next ones are actually
Excellent.
completely irrelevant because you are essentially famous and everyone knows the answer to them already.
Well, don't flatter me too much, man. Oh man, you make me blush.
Thinking about scrap mechanic,
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that are a little annoying about the game.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you had to pick one, what's your biggest pet peeve about the game?
I think my biggest pet peeve is, and I know it's kind of a very general one. It's you can easily break it down into smaller, detailed ones, but I would definitely like to see the lag issue, be
Mm.
mitigated a little more. I haven't experienced it too much, and I don't know if it's because I've actually gotten better at working around the lag and
Mm.
building things that don't lag out. But there's a lot of creations that I would like to build that I just know are not going to, uh, give me good frames per second.
Yeah.
um, it's just it's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, and I think there are ways to work around it. And I hope that with time we will get a bit more optimization. I think the devs are doing a great job. I know some people think that a lot of small YouTubers or even big YouTubers are tooting Axelot's horn and the Scrap Mechanic devs horn, just for the sake of doing it. But I genuinely think they're doing a great job. I just think they've got their work cut out for them, and they're doing the best they can. So
Yeah.
definitely the lag is one thing that I'd like to see mitigated a bit. There isn't really a whole lot that bugs me about Scrap Mechanic otherwise. There's a lot of features that I'd like to see in the game, but
Mm-hmm.
I know they're coming, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's just about being patient, isn't it? I mean, there's the small development studios, so
Yeah, for sure.
you have to give them that, I
Do,
suppose. Yeah.
do we get soil plots in creative? Do you know
Do you
that?
know? I
If we
don't
do?
know.
I don't think we do. I'm trying to put some soil down, and it ain't happening. So I guess this is my lawn, guys. Enjoy the lawn.
Yes, the green painted carpet block. That's
Right. Well, we'll make do. AstroTurf.
yeah. Not to spoil the illusion, of course, but that is a carpet block. Yeah, for those that didn't know.
Perfect. You know what? We're gonna make a sandy backyard. It'll be minty. There we go.
Nice.
It'll be a beach. Waterfront property.
Yeah, you mentioned there's a lot of features that you'd like to see in the game that you know
Mhm.
are coming. What one feature are you most excited about?
Well, today, and I mean today is going to be different depending on when people watch this video, but today Con and I tried to completely loot the warehouse by removing the encryptor and the protector out of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't currently work, and I am really looking forward to that working because the warehouse is full of goodies that I would like, full of building materials that are going to make, grinding obsolete. So I'm really looking forward to the warehouses being fully lootable. That's something that I think is going to really improve the gameplay
Hmm.
and, make it a little more diverse as to how you get your materials.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Hmm.
I watched that video earlier today,
Cool.
and I was as disappointed as you that it didn't work. It was
Oh man, we
yeah,
we got so hyped up, and a part of us was like, maybe this will work,
yeah,
maybe, but it was a no go, and that's okay. We tried,
yeah.
and that's at least we answered the question for everybody else who had the same question.
Definitely, because things like that you did it would take me hours to try, and then yeah, I get um, yeah even more disappointed. It's nice to see someone else go through the pain.
Yeah, fair
to
enough.
answer the question.
That's right. We'll go through the pain for you guys. I actually really enjoy doing like myth busting in Scrap Mechanic. I
Mm,
know that some things are like pretty obvious, like you can just look at the code and be like, "Oh yeah, that's not a thing," or "Oh yeah, that's a thing." But it is really fun to do like R&D testing, actually see if, these theories work in the
yeah,
game.
yeah,
But like with my suspension bridge, I definitely,
yeah.
and I actually got a bit of flack for that video because people were like, "Well, you could have used a lot less bearings and still made a suspension bridge." But my whole point was to make as unrealistic of a bridge as possible,
Hmm.
and we all knew what the answer would be, and is that yes, it would lag quite a bit.
Mm, yeah,
So,
yeah. Always
but
worth a
that's
try.
okay.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, yeah, exactly. It's no harm done, and I'm sure other people are curious as well. So it's all in the name of science.
Thinking about chapter two,
Yep.
and whatever we have been told so far about it.
Hmm.
What about chapter two are you looking forward to specifically?
I'm really excited to see some new mining. I guess
Yeah.
dynamics. See what they have in store for us in that sense. Really curious to see this underground mining thing they've got planned for us. Curious to see if that's going to give us some different materials, or if we're going to be able to mine metal directly as opposed to having to mine metal and cracked stone right now. You only get a small portion of metal for a whole lot of cracked stone that you mine. So I'm wondering if these, underground mining caves will have, just like direct metal ores that you can grind out, right?
Mm, mm.
So really curious to see that. Curious for the new bots, and I'm really hoping that the warehouses get updated in chapter two. I think that's
Yeah,
kind of the biggest thing.
yeah. I basically have two questions left.
Oh
Um,
no. Oh no.
I all don't worry, I always get to this point and I say I will ask them really slowly to help you. I devised the questions to not take up too much time because I didn't want to take up too much of the creators' time. Because I'm fairly new at all this, and I didn't
For sure.
think. I mean, I'm very pleased that anyone said yes to me. That they join
Hmm.
in that. But I found everyone wanted to spend more time.
It's just
So
once you get into it, it is fun, and you just you want to finish all your details and stuff. So,
yeah,
but
and you,
hey,
when
there's
you're
always
told,
another. Yep.
I was gonna say when you're told there's like, oh, it's about half an hour, you think, oh, that's plenty of time. But
Right.
it never is it? Yeah.
Oh man, it really is, and that's okay.
So the last two questions basically they're formed around the first question is asked to you by the previous guest, so they
Oh,
don't know
okay.
they don't know who is next in the series, but they just ask
Gotcha.
a general question.
That's neat.
Yeah, unfortunately I've forgotten what it was, so I need to go and find it out. So
All
you
right,
can have
sounds good.
you've got a bit of time.
Excellent. Go, go, go.
Right.
Boop, boop. Knocked you off.
Oh. Okay, so the last guest of the series was
Hmm.
Seraph,
Okay.
and he wanted to know what compels you to help someone else. I know, deep, isn't
It's
it?
an interesting question. It's definitely an interesting question. There's a couple of factors I think, and I don't know, if they're all. I mean, I guess they're all selfless in a way. But one of the factors is obviously it makes me feel good knowing that I was able to do something to positively impact somebody else's life.
Hmm.
I definitely think there's a bit of rewarding feeling there. That's not to say that I'm doing it to boost my own ego. That's just to say that I know that having done this thing, I would have put out positive energy into the world, and I think that's really important. Um, the the other thing that compels me to help people, I think, is seeing that they are in fact doing things to, try and help themselves. They just, they need assistance, and
Hmm.
I think I've having been in certain situations myself, I think I've kind of gotten decent at identifying, maybe people in those situations, or, you know, and I'm not saying that as like I actively look for people like that. It's just that, in my life, I come across people, and, sometimes I, identify that they may need help with something.
Yeah.
So, um, it's a mixture of things, just, seeing a person's character and, you know, and assessing it and identifying that there is something that I could do to, potentially help them. The biggest thing is obviously people need to want to be helped, and they also need to want to be able to help themselves.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things that I've learned. So, it does take two, as the new video
Yeah.
series that Khan and I are playing
Oh
goes.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So, it's yeah, I think it's a mixture, like I said, just to sum it up, I think it's a mixture of um knowing that I'll be putting positive energy into the world by doing so, and as a result feeling good myself about it. And
Mm-hmm.
also because I think that we should just, as human beings, we should help each other more often. There's no shame in accepting help, no shame in offering help. I know a lot of times I've been weary of offering help to somebody because I was afraid of their reaction. Um, potentially, basically, potentially getting myself into a situation where I think somebody needs help, but they don't, and then they get offended by me
Yeah,
offering help.
yeah, yeah.
So there's definitely a lot to it, but I do think the world would be a much better place if we all just took a couple of minutes out of our day to do something for somebody else and not
Yep.
just focus on only our needs.
Hmm.
So that's something that I'm actively working on as well. I'm not saying this from any sort of place of wisdom. This is something that I'm actively working on myself all the time, so as to not, get locked in my own mind and my own world and live in my own la la land. Everything's perfect per
Yeah.
se. So,
Oh, excellent. So obviously, the next question would be, what question would you like to ask the next person to join
oh
ScrapChat?
man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna take my sweet time because my house is not nearly close to being done.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you some thinking
um,
time, and you can.
Sounds
You,
good. I would appreciate that.
yeah.
Alrighty, so my question for the next lucky guest of this wonderful series is, what do you think, if you can think of one, what do you think is the most important personality trait to have in 2021? With everything going on in the world, with everything, like with, just in general, the state of things in 2021, what do you think is the most important personality trait to have and, be proud of? So that's my question.
Very good. I like that. Yeah.
Cool. I
Yeah.
honestly think this is one of the like more creative ones, from the sense of like I would have never thought to build a house that's got like vines around it,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
uh that's really creative. So
Yeah.
I'm basically trying to build what I think would be a cool house to have. Like have a
Hmm.
garage with a glass wall separating it from your living area, so you can always, stare at your vehicles and enjoy their view.
Yeah.
The rest
Yeah.
is just a brick. So, oh jeez.
Yeah. Well, you got to start somewhere.
But that's true. That's true. I mean, in real life, my dream house is literally the smallest thing possible with the biggest garage possible. So, should have just done that. I was actually thinking of doing that. I was gonna build a tiny little shed and then
Yeah.
have a garage that just extends like way out into the field, like out to here. Like that's my home.
Yeah.
Well, very cool, man. I appreciate you having me on the series. It's like I said, when you messaged me, I was really intrigued right off the bat. I checked out your videos. I checked out the one video, and I was like, yeah, this could be really fun. This is a really neat idea. I haven't seen anybody else do this, and it's a cool way to like bring the community together. Have a bunch of creators that probably otherwise never would have interacted with each other. Interact with each other. So yeah, I really appreciate that you're doing this for the community, and I think the more this keeps growing, the more popular it'll get.
Yeah, fantastic. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, and I'm really, really pleased that you joined. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm glad we could finally find find time for it.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Kosmo, for joining and building your awesome house. I know you don't think feels finished, but
I think it sucks.
I think it's brilliant, and you'll obviously be more than welcome back to continue building.
Thanks, man. I'll definitely be back. I want to make this thing looking good. I got a lot of standards to live up to here, so
Yeah. Cool.
got to make sure my stuff is up to the community building code.
Excellent. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm sure everyone's aware of Kosmo who watches me, but I'll link him anyway, because there may be one person who watches my stuff that hasn't seen him. And you must go and watch him. He's hilarious.
Well, thank you.
Cool. Brilliant. Thank you very much then.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
They fold out?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
It's quite cool.
Wait a sec. What? What? This madman. That is way cool.
There should be a button attached to it, but I could be wrong. Is there a button on the toilet seat?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
That's so cool. That's really neat. Yeah, I mean, I knew you could build stuff underground, but I've never actually been in like an underground build. So
Yeah. Oh, there's a escape toilet as well. Yeah.
very nice. Is that to get back up?
No, I wouldn't if I were you. I just got stuck under the desk now.
Yep, me too. Me too.
Oh no. I don't know who put that there. But yeah, stuck now.